Hello, let's start a new video. Today we're going to talk about App Engine with multiple services, multiple versions, and then we're going to connect to a SQL. So let's create our SQL. Again, I enable Cloud Shell while. Continue, let's create an instance. Okay, MySQL, you're going to choose the latest version. For my client instance, again, I use MySQL container. I'm going to define a root password. Okay, let's create it in a while. Okay, let's just going to my repository right now. Just 1 second. I'm going to clone my repository over here on the shell. So while it's being created, here is my repository. I'm going to give you this repository on the video description. So ls cd spring boot and then clean package. And now I'm gonna just show you the structure of the project. 1 second. This is a Maven project, whatever. For the App Engine, we have this YAML, is using the Maven plugin. For default, the first service must be default. Then later we're gonna change it. And here, the POM file, I'm using the GCP starter. I'm using the cloud dependencies. This is the Maven plugin. So all you need. In this case, I'm using Lombok, SQL Factory. Okay, I'm gonna show you this configuration. Okay, let's go through resources, GCP, MySQL. In this case, I'm connecting to that database we're using the socket factory. This is my instance. Instance connection name, all the root password or whatever. For the password, I often use Jazipton, or even I don't like MVVars. It's not safe. So the database being created. So let's create the package of our project. Then now we can already change our YAML file for creating the service too. I'm gonna call it view1. Okay, I'm just going to push to my repository. Once it is done, I'm going to create the App Engine. And I have one project and multiple services. This is often a question that people say, well, how can I have multiple projects or services using App Engine? Since by default, the App Engine gives you your productd.appspot.com as URL. Before starting that, we have to create our database. Just going through the database. Our database is market. It's compiling everything. Let's wait it finishes. Takes a while. I could be doing that T right now. Okay, it's done. So Once that is not done, let's go to gcloud upgrade -- region US - central. That's our region. Just gonna create our app engine. Database is created. Let's create a data. The instance MySQL is created. Now we're going to create a database. To be clear. So let's be back here. App engine. It's not showing the menu. Come on. It wants me to pin it. It's not giving me the submenu. So let's deploy it. App engine deploy. Okay. Can I open also another one? Spring App engine git pull. Okay, you see it. My YAML has changed. I can see a cat. I just changed the version of that. I can go into that cat. Here instead of default have service one. Okay, now let's pack it. Let's clean also. Alright, let's leave it working here. I'm gonna wait that. When we finish that, it's completing the image, you're gonna see that there's gonna use the flexible environment. Since here is the flexible environment, it creates a Docker image. Its variable is flex here. So let's just wait it finishes. You can check also if the image is there. Tools, container registry. Yeah, it has to be uploaded. Here we go. GCR Google Container Registry.io. Let's be back. We can see the menu there. Create a standalone jar app destination. Yeah, everything. It's bundle out of box. They have the Docker stuff for the app engine. Flexible environment. Oh, it failed. Let's just double check. Invalid argument. The first is upload default. Ah, okay. It changed. I changed the. I have to change the image name to default. Save it, like here. Default. Git pull. I didn't comment. Sorry. That's very important. First one must be default, the service. Git pull. Okay, the YAML file. Let's clean package. Then later I do the pull again over this file, which I did on the middle of the deploy, the middle. Okay, let's deploy it. And there's not going to take much time. If I do the cat again, you see the default one. Now, not the V1 that I expected for that second one. Or even you can leave that for blank. You don't even have to have a reference for service. Then assumes the default value. Let's see when it's going to pull everything. It should give me this. Let's pin this, and it's not giving me the sub menu like here. Oh, it's not giving the sub menus. Strange. Strange behavior. Container registry. App engine. This is an image. Should be pulling a new one. You see the Docker steps. This is a Docker file running. Actually, it's not going to give you any Docker file. It's not going to provide the Docker file generated, but you can write on your own. Because if you want to use a containerized application, you can use also Kubernetes, of course, and Cloud Run. Cloud Run, you can create a service pointed to a Docker image file created, and that's on the container registry. You just choose the image that's going to be executed. Once you execute the image, you're gonna be creating containers, a container. Takes a while. Here we go. Let's just close it. Let's see if we have instance. Not yet. Versions. Not yet. Error loading data. There's nothing. Settings must be enabled. Yet. If you want to disable the app engine, just click here. That's not what we want. For services, you have the default servicing. Maybe here 404. Okay, let's put our Swagger. The infill must be available. Versions. All the traffic. Since you have more than one version, can split the traffic. Instance. Yeah, it creates our machines. Let's wait it. "503." Oh, we just changed the error message. Let's see if we can see down the error reporting. Also on the monitoring. Turn on our reload. There's no errors. This was just a deploy thing. So let's go to login. Logsville. You're gonna see the deployment stuff. GA, Google App Engine. Read only. It's loading. NGNX web server. Not ready yet. As is a platform as a service, you don't care about the environment, but you see a lot of prints here. That's everything about envvars, environment properties, shell files. Look, all those things. GAE backend version. Look, this is a envvar. The flexible environment, it's takes the deploy, demands much more time. It's much more complex than a standard environment, which is more limited. Let's wait to finish it. And if you go to versions, yeah, here we go. If you see here, it's pointing to Quick Labs, all the hash number things at appspot.com. If you be back here, maybe you can have a different URL for the service. Has to update all those things. So you're gonna be checking everything on the login. Let's put in another. App Engine really takes a while for the deployment. Yeah. Come on, let's be faster, dude. The activity here is a kind of a log to the admin. This is called the admin activity. You can check here too. Here's given as created. Login your versions. Readiness check. Has not crashed after. Okay. Watchdog. Here you go. The app's running. Let's insert some data. This is spring.rest. Let's put some data just. Some data. Just inserted. You're gonna double check on DB. You can try out over here. Also, you can get this URL. Here you go. One thing I want to stress also this URL. Since you call this URL gives a JSON, I want to stress that a bit more. Let's go in here. Here now. Again, to do a for it and gonna be calling my API to I want to see the chart changing or whatever. Now I have one version. I have two instances of machines. Okay, one version and one service default. Now I'm going to do that again. Git pull. Alright, up to date. Okay. Let's check my YAML file is default. Now I have to change my YAML file. One second, I'm going to push it to my repository. Okay. Now I have a v1, m1, Maven, claim package. Once it's done, it's gonna have to all of these. Okay. This is Swagger of the first tab. You see the prefix. Here's the API itself. Okay, it's just create a new project and then app engine deploy. Can deploy it. Let's leave the Hydra here running and running and running. Let's open, we can open 4 tabs here. You can see the APIs is going to be being called. Here you go, companies come and doing the select. You see the hibernate mode of querying. We're not using hibernate. You can check the dashboard too. Monitoring. You can see the trace. Trace list. Our reload. Analysis and report. There's no report. Traces list should display and fill a chart. If there's some latency on the APIs, but in this case we don't have it. Let's be back to the login. Monitoring takes a while. Okay, I have 2 instance services. We can do a very nice thing. Create the sync. Whale shark. Let's put down a BigQuery destination and create a data set. Ocean logs. So all those logs going to be exported to BigQuery successfully. Let's close it. Monitoring. Dashboards overview. Can click at dashboards. Can go to App Engine. This is okay. You have more traffic data. Let's put on. So let's create a metrics explorer. Alerting. Let's create an alert. I definitely go crazy. We're going to Google. Here you go. You have a different service v1 that I just. You see the URL is quite different from the other. You see v1 dash dot quick labs. The what dash? There's no dash. So quick labs direct is a project ID. So in this case, you click on default one. You can go inside that, and you can see the URL also quick labs. Okay, it keeps. Here is a little bit different. If you go inside here, you see your version. It's v1 dash dot. And if you're gonna be enable it, has to finish this pushing thing. There's only the try. We have only one version of the services, so there's only one kind of a servicing. It's the same servicing. So you don't need to split the traffic between 2 servers or more, since you have only one. On the services, you see you have 2. After we go double check the let's main policy. Let's add a condition. Let's run sorry. Let's write usage. No, it's not that I wrote. Usage. Memory used. No. utilization, maybe utilization, CPU utilization, Google App Flex. Here you go. Let's put, I want to send some emails. Let's put 5%. You say it's over 5, and let's add a condition. Oh, the condition cancel. Let's add a notification channel. I can choose email. And let's add another notification channel. And that's all you need to save. Okay, let's go to dashboards. We can create our own dashboard. Let's create a dashboard like main dash. Let's add a chart. The same as we just saw, GAE. Utilization. Let's see if it's not yet deployed. Let's refresh it. Here we go. You have two services on the same app engine. So that's how simple it is to deploy multiple. You can deploy multiple versions. Maybe you could have deployed one thing and the other changed something and having the other. So for that, for example, in this case here, you can delete also the default one. You can never delete the default one. You can disable on the versions. For example, this version here, you can stop, or you can go to this version here. You can stop the two, you can split the traffic since you have a. This is, if you can see the link down on the bottom, points to the default one. You can split the traffic, you can choose the amount. In this case, you have only one service version of, you have two servers of the same version. If you have more, you could split the traffic among two, see which one you have more workloads, then you could split on the way. And in the same video, you could saw also the way you can connect to Cloud SQL using a socket factory. You have here also a show at the stick driving, monitoring, and logging. Let's go to BigQuery and then we finish this video. Don't want to take too many time of you. BigQuery, big data, BigQuery. You create a sync, new to BigQuery. All right, after you're gonna read that. Quick Labs. You have data. This is a data set, and your tables detail. You can query table. Let's put here asterisk. So I don't know what you do with your logs today. If you send to Elasticsearch over the log stash, but you can see everything here. You can query this table too. Format is more or less the same. Maybe the last one. What is this last one thing? std out. Okay, let's query this table too. This is the queries. Look, displays all the queries. The other one I didn't pay attention, I'm sorry, but let's check right now what it was about. It was about the APIs. It was the environment itself. Okay, so this is how simple it is to deploy multiple services using the app engine. If you don't want to care about nothing about the environment, about configuration, and just caring about your own code. Use App Engine. For it stands for small web applications with no workloads. It's gonna scale up and down. But you're gonna not going to see that. It's gonna be automatically. Depends. There's three modes of the our scaling. If the App Engine depends if it's a standard or flex. But for workloads that you want to scale up and down, you want to have hands on it power over that. You should use Kubernetes, which is pretty simple. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.